Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ethereum, yeah, similar setup to Bitcoin, similar video this is going to be as the one I've just released about Bitcoin. We are still in a similar setup. To my surprise, Ethereum dropped much stronger than Bitcoin over the last few days. I think Ethereum, the drop here was around, just do that, I checked that yesterday, around 14-15%. I think Bitcoin dropped only 9%. Ethereum, considering that it did hold much better recently, this is changing here, at least temporarily. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure if there was a natural sell-off. I'm not sure if someone sold a large quantity of ETH, or I don't know if it was again the FTX hacker or whatever. Nobody talks about this guy anymore. So yeah, I don't know. But this dropped a bit further than I would have been ideal. For example, Bitcoin is still hovering above this red support zone. So yeah, we've got a bit of a similar setup, but still different. And there you can see again how they move on their own, these coins, because they have different targets, they have different extensions, they move in different wave degrees. But we've got here still the two scenarios on the chart, either a 5-wave move up in green, a diagonal pattern, and the red ABC. It all depends on what is going to happen after we get into the 1400 region, if these two work out, because short term they would move in very similar ways. Yeah. So when we then come down in the next pullback, it all depends on how low we go, and we will be able, as soon as we know how high we eventually go, and if we have a confirmed top in place in one of these two setups, for example in the 1400 region. If one of these setups works out, I would fully expect 1400 to 1500. If we then get the pullback or the sell-off, then we're going to define the support area, and if the support area doesn't hold, we're gonna test $1,000 and could even go to 650. Yeah. But for example, if the green count works out, the move down should be an ABC, and we shouldn't even get close to 1,000. So that's what we don't know yet. It depends a little bit on how low we go here in the red support area, and then we should get in both of these scenarios a 5-wave rally to the upside. Is there a more bearish setup available or pattern? Yeah, of course. I mean, there is a more bearish pattern or setup, of course, available. That's why we've got the red support zone here available or on the chart. If that breaks, we're going to go down, most likely down straight away. And if we go straight away down here, I would expect the $1,000 level to break, to be honest. This is, in that case, yeah, we would have here not an ABC, where I would expect actually higher, but most likely just a WXY pattern. You can count it as ABC here as well, it's just not that ideal. So we've got then here a WXY pattern. So, and then we would come down from here in 5 waves. And as you can see, we're already putting in a 5-wave move down now. So that's why it's all about what happens after we get into this red support area. We're going to talk about the options. So this could very well have peaked here. Yeah, we talked already about a substantial peak in place here. The risk is there. The risk was there because this is only a diagonal pattern. So we always need to be on the lookout of surprises if we don't get an impulse, because this is not impulsive. This is just a diagonal pattern, or as I said, just a correction really. Yeah, I mean, the sell-off is is stronger than ideal. Certainly the short-term bullish setups are certainly getting challenged. And this is the area where we now gonna see a decision. So we are currently coming down, in my opinion, in 5 waves. So that would fit very well here, the red count, the B wave to the downside, which would consist of A, B, and C, and this C wave is a 5-wave move. It's a very similar count to what I did on the Bitcoin chart. Wave 1 down, wave 2 up, wave 3 down should be complete now. We should now be in a 4th wave. That might not be complete yet. We'll know it's complete if we break below 1157. But what would be the ideal retracement now for this 4th wave? Well, resistance or target is 1185 to 1217, with the ideal one at around 1203. So between the 23.6% fib level and the 50% fib level, and the ideal retracement is here the 38.2% fib level at 1203. This is certainly a resistance area. We have already reached the first or the minimum target for the wave 4. I would primarily expect it to go a bit higher. Bitcoin hasn't reached its target yet, so if we assume it's a certain correlation, we would expect Ethereum to push a little bit higher, ideally to 1203, and then come down in the wave 5. The wave 1 is very long, so we need to be a bit careful with this wave 5, because if we assume that wave 1 has any relation to wave 5 here, we'll probably break the red support area. That would be the first indication that, yeah, we are going to break down much stronger. And however, another way of calculating this target is if we take the length of wave 3. The problem is we don't really know how high will wave 4 go. So if wave 4 really goes to the 38.2% fib level, then the target is anyway the 61.8% extension of that. It would take us perfectly to 1130, the lower support of this red support area. So that's definitely a target that we should consider. If we go up from here straight away, it would be bullish. So if we break through this yellow resistance area, it would be an indication that we only had 3 waves down. It would be considered rather bullish, ABC, yeah, because then we had 3 waves down, could be wave 4 here, and we break and move up in 5 waves. So there's different ways of how this can be traded. I did explain that on the Bitcoin video as well, different trade setups. The first one is, of course, to just scale in this support area, trying to trade the 5th wave or the C wave to the upside. A decent reward to risk ratio, or risk to reward ratio, is quite decent, yeah. The next one, for anybody who isn't very comfortable with this, because this is obviously quite a bit of a shaky setup, a shaky foundation, yeah, you could always wait for the first 5 waves to the upside. So you could wait for the wave 1 to be complete of the C wave or the wave 5, and you could scale into the wave 2 then, yeah. And if you see that we are holding here the wave 2, you could scale in, or you could even scale in the 1-2 setup of the wave 3. They are all, that gives a higher probability of the trade working out. Of course, eats into profit a little bit because you're further away from key support where we're actually turning around, yeah, and you're getting closer to the target. That's one setup, or there are 2 different setups really here. Or you have, depending on how we get out of this, I said in the Bitcoin video, and I do expect that in the Ethereum video as well, ideally, I do expect a turnaround in this area anyway, even if we are not going to make new highs. Let's assume my assumption is wrong. Let's assume we are really in this WXY pattern, and let's assume we are going to come down here and we are not going to make new highs, and we are actually in a completely bearish setup. Even in this scenario, I would expect a move out of the support area, even if it's only in 3 waves ABC. And if we can see that we get stuck maybe below this resistance here, which is between 1270 and 1290, yeah, ABC up, we would expect 5 waves down afterwards, and that would be a short setup. Okay, so there's 3 different ways of you can trade this actually, and they all have a decent reward to risk ratio. So it's all about what is happening here. I don't think this wave 4 is over yet, but I would expect one more low in this red support box. Then ideally we hold it, then ideally we move up, and this will be the pivot point here, probably below this resistance area. Will be interesting, very exciting times at the moment in crypto. Hope you liked the update about Ethereum. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.